New home for the Milwaukee Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. The Green Bay Packers wrapping up mandatory minicamp yesterday. Reactions continue on Jim, Matt, and Molly, 4 to 6, right here.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Could you hit a ball off of the miss?
2-2, swing and a miss, and Contreras goes down on strikes. First big league K for Jacob Misiorowski.
Can I bunt?
You wouldn't be able to land a bunt. Because he also throws a slider, a curveball. No.
0-2 pitch. Struck him out with a changeup. That was filthy.
You don't even have strong enough wrists, I don't think, for it.
You're limp-wristed.
Wow.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Molly Brown.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton, hanging out with you today. Jim Rutledge is out camping.
Weird.
Big camper.
Yeah.
What do you mean weird?
Well, weird isn't like the sarcastic, like he's always gone on Fridays camping.
Yeah,
Judgmental Jim.
See, okay, so I didn't know how to start this show. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Matt, the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
Ryan Willerstein behind the glass. Chrissy Birdsall hanging out in the Everlight Solar Studios with us today. But I didn't know how to start it out because I'm like, if I'm filling in as Jim's, like, whatever, fill in. If I'm the main host, right? If I'm driving this show, do I try to replicate Jim Rutledge and say, it is? Or do I do my own thing
So you
and
can tell Rutledge
be
that.
cool?
Well, see, I think that, like, subtly mocking Jim with his intro is cool. So I think you nailed it. Like, I like that you went for it, and, you know, you made it your own. You nailed it.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. I'm Jim Rutledge, and I'm camping.
I've actually never noticed how Jim did the it is until people in this, like, in our office here at ESPN Madison started telling me how they kind of like giggle and haha make their own impersonation of it, and I was like, I guess he does do that. So
I can imagine. The loudest point of the show.
it is the loudest point of the show. It's kind of one of those embarrassing moments when you're out at a remote and then it's a little bit quiet to start the show, and then everybody just turns and is like, what is it?
Yeah, when Jim goes into his pole dancing voice, he does. It was the same voice he kind of uses to start the show, actually.
That pole dancing was loud,
Jim,
too.
Matt, and Molly.
That is
live
true.
from the Village Green, here to tell you about salted nuts and all the bathroom etiquette you can imagine. Matt, have you talked to anyone in the bathroom since we last convened?
Yes. I was using the restroom last night, and I had to yell at my wife for toilet paper. So kind of.
Okay, that is such a guy thing. Just to say that, like, there's been times, yes, when I am like, oh crap, there's no toilet. Literally, oh crap, there's no toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then I look under the sink and I'm like, oh crap, there's really no toilet paper.
Exactly.
Here.
That's what I did.
Go get some from our stash from Costco in the basement.
Yeah.
Like,
I got like 2 stashes. Like the basement bathroom's got a stash, and then I have some in like the utility area, and then I have like a whole bin in the main bathroom, empty. So I look at my wife. I'm like, "You're using most of it. Why aren't you refilling it when it's gone?"
or no, you know,
now I'm sitting here with a poopy butt, looking for toilet paper.
Rubbish.
Gross.
No.
Yes, you're being real.
For toilet paper.
You're being real. You're being honest. No, but you know what? I do live in a house full of men. There is one other girl in my family now, my little Olivia, who is 6 months old, so she's not using the bathroom quite yet.
No.
The thing that men do that drives me nuts is when you guys leave the like half sheet of paper on the toilet paper, like when it's like
I'm a nut.
on the roll,
Yeah.
when there's like just that last little
Just
bit of
one
paper.
piece,
So then it looks like there's toilet paper, but then there's not, and that's your guys' way, and I'm looping you guys all in together because you are all the same in this, and don't try and pretend like you're not.
No, I'm not
You guys
going
are all
to.
the exact same, that you leave that on there because it looks like there's toilet paper, but in fact there is no toilet paper, so then when I go to use the toilet paper, there's none left.
So my toxic trait is I just put it on the top of the toilet behind me. Like I will never change the cardboard roll out. Like take the empty roll off and put a new roll on.
Yeah.
I'll just like grab it, take what I need, and then set it down somewhere behind me.
See, so I will say one of the best investments that we've made when we've changed different things in our house, okay, maybe not like the best one, but like just relevant for this conversation, is instead of the toilet paper that has like the clicky, like the springy thingy,
Yeah.
you know, instead of having that, just literally the one that's like you just slip it on.
It's like, oh,
You just
right,
put
right,
it on the thing.
Yeah.
And then it just like is like a hook.
See, I should do that.
Yes.
Because I
So-
will not take it off the little like spring-loaded dowel or whatever it's
Yes.
called.
Yeah, so leaving the crappy bathroom conversation.
No,
but-
that's where my conversation's going to go.
Oh, no surprise. No surprise.
It
Matt.
literally leads right into it perfectly.
But I was going to say, I never do that with toilet paper rolls, like just putting it back. If it runs out, I will replace it myself because
you live alone.
Yeah, well, that, yeah.
Because somebody has
that's
to do
part
it.
of
Here's the thing,
That's part
I
of it.
know what's
Fair
going to
enough.
happen
Fair
if I
enough.
don't do it.
Yeah, otherwise then it's a very awkward situation.
Because who are you yelling to? Ryan, go
Yeah,
get
there's no one to
it.
yell to. No,
It'd be
Ryan's
even
the one who
weirder
knows
if he
it.
knew he was out and there was all of a sudden a new roll on it.
Wait,
No.
what do you do if you're by yourself? Like literally.
You
what do
waddle
you do?
out and go get it.
We
No,
gotta go.
or do you just jump in the shower?
No. Oh my
That's
god.
even grosser.
No, I call the landlord and I have them get it. It's their job. They send out the maintenance crew and they break in, they break down the door. No, I was gonna say I don't do that with toilet paper rolls, but I will do that with like a box of cereal or a bag of chips. In like the cupboard. Like if
Yeah.
I eat or if I like almost finish the bag, I will put it back with like the 5 crumbs and be
Yeah.
like, it's not gone yet.
The part that you got to like straighten out the corners so you can
Exactly.
drink.
I was like,
yeah.
somebody else might want that.
That is literally what my husband does, and that drives me crazy.
That
It's
might
kind
be-
of the best bite. So
that-
like I don't blame you for saving it.
Yeah, I do that with popcorn.
You get all the powder, seasoning stuff, and then
But who are you saving it for?
for me. For
Yeah.
later.
For the next time?
Yeah, I haven't quite. I've already satisfied that like salty crunch sensation that I'm trying to like fill. You know,
And then
I'm
you
like,
also-
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna want something crunchy again and salty, and I'm not gonna go to the grocery store before I get that.
And the nice part is that after you've just probably eaten half the bag already, you're like, yeah, but I didn't finish the bag. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not that bad.
It's like justifying in your head. It's like,
Exactly.
I didn't crush a whole bag of chips. I just crushed it until the bottom bit.
yeah. Somebody else
some.
might want some. I don't want them, hog it all.
That's good self-control, Ryan.
That is actually
Thank you.
so annoying that you guys do that. And another thing, let me just add to the list of annoying things that the men in my house do. My goodness, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, my husband hates like the final drink of something. So like the end of a water bottle.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, that's all the backwash. I'm like, you backwash? But then he said, whatever.
How are you drinking it?
It's
think
not
you're drinking
backwash.
it right.
He has something wrong in his head.
It does
I think.
warm up a touch. I will say it's.
But
the
he
warmest
always
sip.
leaves like in a soda. There's always like that little, like little touch of liquid at the bottom, right?
My wife
not
does
that
that.
much. And then I go recycle it, and I'm sorry, but I am not great at just dumping it out into the sink, rinsing it out. I'm just
So
going
now
to
you
throw
got
the
a
can away.
gross recycle bin.
So then, yeah, half the time it'll dump in, and I'm just like, bruh, come on, what are we doing here?
Go
What are we
just go
doing?
empty it if you don't want it.
Yes. It's just,
Fair
it
enough.
drives me crazy. But Matt, on Bathroom Talk,
Yeah.
this is your first time back in the Everlight Solar Studios for what, almost a week? When did you leave last week? You were gone on Friday? No,
I
you were here.
made it Friday.
So okay, yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was
All
out.
right, so almost a week, just a couple days. But
Yeah.
this is your first time back in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison Studios. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Give us your, I don't know if I want to hear story from this weekend up north.
Yep.
Camping at a cabin.
Yeah, heading up to like the Hayward area.
Okay.
On your way up, before you get to like Black River Falls, there's an exit. I can't remember the town, and honestly, I never want to go back there again. You have two options, and we're pulling off on the exit. You can go right to the Road Ranger.
Exit? Does he say exit?
Exit.
Like sitting on eggs?
I did hear eggs sit.
Exit.
Yeah, it sounds like a Pokemon.
Exit.
That's not what you do on the highway.
What chickens do.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get off on the off ramp, and we can go right to the Road Ranger or left towards Love's. Right, so that's our first choice, and we decide go right to the Road Ranger. It's easier to take a right and not have to like wait for the light to go take a left.
Are you pulling anything? Are you pulling a
Not
camper?
Not yet.
No.
We're picking up a boat in Eau Claire, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
Just the first bathroom break. I think it was me. I drank too much coffee. Had to use the restroom. So we pull off at the Road Ranger, and takes me. I am digging through my bag to try and find my wallet, and I'm gonna, buy some sunflower seeds or something for the road. And then before I buy the sunflower seeds, I'm like, let's use the restroom. I'm not the first one in my group in there. I go in, and there's 2 stalls that kind of face the door, and then there's a hallway towards the sit-down stalls, the toilets. And my buddy is standing at the stall by the corner, just pointing straight down, arm out, his member in one hand, peeing, and arm out, pointing down at the ground next to him. And I got kind of a rough whiff of poo when I walked into this restroom, and I'm like, it's a gas station restroom, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not there
Especially
to go
because whatever brand you said, I don't even know if I know
Road
what brand
Ranger?
it is.
Yeah. There's a couple of them, but
can
I will
picture it.
never go to a Road Ranger again. Anyway, he's
Crap.
pointing straight down, and there's a Duke on the floor. In the
Crap.
middle of this hallway. So he's just pointing to me don't step in this. So
It's dog.
yeah, it's dog poo.
Gross.
And there's a whole myriad of questions about it. It didn't look like it fell from a distance. It looked like gently placed there. It made no sense. I got way more of an eyeful than anyone should have of someone else's poo.
Crap.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm using the restroom. Not sitting there. I'm standing there. And I joke. I'm like, it smells like crap in here. And
Crap.
someone walks in. It's a pretty heavily used gas station. Someone walks in, and we just hear delivery for James.
To the bathroom.
Delivery for James, and I'm like, what is going on? So
You can tell Rutledge that.
So this dude was passing clothes to a guy over the counter, and the dude was a Road Ranger employee. I think this dude failed to hold his bowels, and it rattled down his pant leg and gently
Crap.
fell on the floor. So the rest of the weekend, whenever we needed to refer to something like, oh crap, we'd be like, oh James, you really
Crap.
James that one. That was James. And the rest of the weekend, because
Crap.
they're delivery for James.
Crap.
And I was like, what has to the guy was 3 feet from his destination. He couldn't make it. What's going through your head at that point?
Has that never happened to you?
I've never not made it in my adult life. I'm sure at some point as a kid that there was an
Wait, 1 and 2? That's never happened to you?
Not as an adult, no.
Okay.
I've definitely.
Ryan, do you want to talk?
Yeah, we
Let's
had
use it.
Strofe as a producer that also liked to roll the dice with how
Well,
fast he
no
had to get there.
Irrelevant.
Well, look, it wasn't that per se for me. It was not 2 either. It was 1 for me.
Okay.
But it was a tough situation. I was in a rock and a hard place. I was sprinting to try and make it, but we had the conversation yesterday about the corner U-turn into the bathroom for our shared bathroom here at the AmFam Spark building for ESPN Madison's office. That corner, you come around too hot, you might run into somebody. If I had been trying to come around the corner, I might have run through them. I might have run through the wall if that was the case.
over.
I was at it was tough.
Coming in.
I was at my friend's 26th birthday party.
Okay.
So this was last summer. This was actually maybe 1 year ago today. We were.
Did you get a Facebook reminder that it was your friend's birthday today or something?
No, it actually wasn't his birthday. Now I'm remembering it was his going away party.
Oh,
this was
okay.
the last weekend he was going to be in Madison before going off to grad school. And we were downtown, drinking at some of the bars around State Street, down near the Capitol. And we had been drinking enough where I really had to use the restroom. And I was waiting to use the restroom because we were walking from State Street down to the other side of the Capitol. And the whole time just wondering, and we better get there quick because your guy's got to go. I feel like that clock is ticking. And by the time we got to the place we were going to be at, of course, we get in there, the bathroom, the line is 5 people deep. and there's two bathrooms. Each one's like a single person bathroom.
Did you tell anybody like?
Hey,
emergency.
I didn't
about
at
to
that
pee
point
myself.
because the nice thing was that this building we're in, this bar we're at, there's another bar right above it. You just have to go outside, go up a set of stairs, and run up the stairs to use the bathroom up there. So thankfully I do that. I run up there. There's nobody in the line for that bathroom. I get in, I close the door, and then as I'm running up towards to use the restroom, all I think is
Crap.
because by that point it's already started. As soon as
You were like, oh, James.
oh, James.
Crap.
Before
Wait,
I-
so you had number 1 or number 2?
So I number one.
Oh, okay.
As I was trying to, get it out. It was at that point that it was basically just all over the legs, all over the front.
Oh my gosh. No, I have never done that.
So at that point, I'm like, well, my friend's, going away partying is now going on at the patio downstairs. So I did the only thing I could do is that I think I thankfully had like a rain jacket that I just wrapped around the
Tie
waist.
around?
No.
Wrapped around the front.
Gosh.
And before I even left the restroom, I had already called and ordered an Uber to come pick me up. I called and ordered.
What'd you tell your friends? I peed my pants. I gotta go home.
No, I didn't say
Peeing
anything.
your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
I didn't say anything to my friends. I lied to them. I said, hey, I actually know a buddy who's at a bar right next door. I have to run over there and go talk to him for a while. So I lied, got in the Uber, went back to my place.
Told the Uber guy to keep it running. I'll be right back.
It was the quietest Uber ride I've ever had in my life. I swear to God.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
a
I
word
wouldn't
was
let
spoken.
you in my car. It's like, sorry, no pee pants in this car.
Look,
Did you just smell like pee?
I must have not been having that much asparagus at the time because it didn't
Thank
smell
God.
that bad.
Yeah.
This is before I discovered how good it is. Asparagus, that is. But
Pee in your pants. I was cold.
by the time I got
Warm
there,
me right up.
it took me about 10 minutes to get back home. I quickly changed, left things where they were, just actually put the peed on shorts and everything.
In the trash.
Not in the trash. I left them in
No.
the washer. Just
I
put
don't
them
know.
right in the
Depending
washer.
on the shorts, I could sacrifice
If it's
it.
poop, yeah, but like.
So funny enough, I actually took those shorts off and then got changed out of those and put the shorts on that I'm actually wearing currently on.
I was gonna say, please don't let those be the shorts.
These are not the shorts that I peed in. Those ones I only wear on the golf
Ryan,
course.
the bigger question is, you told a totally believable lie why you had to leave.
Yep.
And then you come back with new clothes.
Well, but that's the nice thing. Is
Weird questions?
That's the thing is if you look on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream right now, actually, you can see
Show
my
us your
shorts.
Yeah.
So I have almost identical pairs of this pair of shorts. These like golf style shorts, like more like almost dress.
Yeah.
I don't know. What'd you call
Dress
these now?
shorts. Golf
Dress shorts.
shorts, yeah,
Golf shorts.
golf
They're
shorts.
golf shorts. I have another pair that's just a little darker blue, and I was thankfully able to just change out of those, throw these ones on, and no one was the wiser.
I actually think you were probably with an entire group of guys, right?
No, it was a mix of girls and guys.
Okay.
Well, then
I
that's
don't
why
know if-
you couldn't tell them.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a bunch of
Oh.
guys, you probably could have been like, hey, guys,
Yeah,
to
if
be
it was-
honest with you, I peed my pants.
If it was a bunch of my college buddies, I would have said it and it would have been hilarious for the rest of the night.
Oh,
but
yeah,
no.
for the rest of forever.
But like
I'm not going to drop
I didn't
this.
know half the people in this group because these were friends of my buddy who like he had met throughout his years in college. So I didn't know all of the people there. I knew most of them, but there was no way in hell I was going to tell everyone what had just happened.
Yeah.
What are we asking here? Are we going to ask our fans, have you ever peed yourself? Like,
I mean-
give us your bathroom horror stories. 844-770-3776 on the Garbus Talk and Text line. Sorry, Garbus, that you are
Especially
getting tied to this conversation.
Public bathroom horror stories.
Yeah.
Public bathroom horror stories,
And near
sure.
misses.
You know what? It's kind of okay. Whatever. I was gonna kind of talk about this yesterday, and then I was like, no, we're in a restaurant, a family restaurant. I can't. I like peed all over the floor the other day. Not at work.
Crap.
Not at work.
The
Not at
other
work.
day?
Yeah.
My story was from a year ago.
Oh, Ryan, you're still 27 years old.
Hey.
He's 27. No, you're
I'm
not.
25. I turned 26 in August.
He's mature for his age.
Yeah, he
No.
is.
So the
Thank
other
you.
night. Okay. So okay.
She's got a long drive home, people.
No, not even that. No. This is middle of the night. It was like 2 a.m. So, okay, my babies are 6 months old. So they still wake up like periodically throughout the night, like maybe like twice per night, which isn't bad. But so I like make them bottles and all that, whatever. But a lot of times when they wake me up, I'm like, oh man, like I got to go to the bathroom. Otherwise I'm like, I'm not going to go to sleep again. So then, like, I walk up the stairs, and because our room is like in our like finished basement that we have now, because like I've said, we have very limited space in our zoo, right?
Yep.
So I'm walking up the stairs, and like I always have my flashlight on, so I see like a bug that just like looks nasty. So then I'm like, oh my god! I run back down the stairs, go grab like my shoes so I can kill it, and then when I walk back up the stairs, the bug isn't there. So I was like, oh god, now I'm gonna be thinking about like this nasty, creepy, crawly bug, right? So then I go to the bathroom. And as I'm sitting there, I like feel something climbing up my leg. I swear to God. And I flinched. My leg flew up as I was going to the bathroom, and I just peed all
projectile. That is
so bad. There was nothing, and the thing is, and thank God, because I think I would have panicked even more. There actually was nothing on my leg. Like there was no bug. It was literally just my imagination thinking about this gross bug. So then I had to clean it up, and then I was like, crap. I literally was like, do I need to take a shower?
There is no bug in Wisconsin that I think would merit.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Do you know like those ones with like a million legs?
Yeah, like centipede. I understand
gross.
the knee-jerk reaction.
Yes.
But there's not like a bug in Wisconsin that can hurt you to the point where I'd rather get bit or stung by basically anything than pee all over my floor and have to clean it up.
I would rather clean up my floor full of pee than think about it. But like even right now, I'm itching my leg because I feel like that bug is on me right now. Ugh,
I'm glad we're on the opposite sides of the table. I might be in the splash zone though.
844-770-3776. That is your way into the show. We've still got lots to come up. We've got a couple Packers questions. We've got Jason Wilde joining us. Molly's game. Gabe Neitzel's joining us. And we've got pole dancing. That's more to come on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Jim Rutledge here. It's officially camping season, which means I'll be using my big blue Chevy Silverado from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb to tow my camper around the state. I'm sure you have a million things you love to do over the summer, and it's always easier and better if you have a new or new-to-you truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. What does that mean? It means it's a customized buying experience. If you're an expert and you know what you want, they're happy to let you take the lead. And if you have a ton of questions, Aaron, Tyler, and the whole team at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb will make sure they can answer them all. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team for the third year in a row. Vote every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Siding Unlimited recently installed 20 brand new amazing energy efficient windows. Our Siding Unlimited crew removed the old windows, inspected the wall for wood rot, installed the new beautiful windows, and cleaned up behind ourselves. It was easy to get started. The homeowner met us at our amazing showroom on 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. Trust me, our showroom is a must-see. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
Every kid deserves a strong start, and that's the belief driving the Ingold Family Foundation. Founded by NFL fullback and Wisconsin native Alec Ingold, the foundation seeks to bring attention and financial support to the children within our nation's child welfare system. Inspired by the lessons learned in sports, their mission is to empower underserved youth through accessible and impactful learning experiences. They focus on financial, mental, and physical health to provide education, inspiration, and access to opportunity, helping young people achieve their dreams. Learn more and donate today at alecingold.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Presented by Coors Light. We are asking you for your, I don't know, gross bathroom stories if we actually want it.
Public bathroom horror stories.
Public bathroom horror stories.
Because, yeah, mine definitely was a public bathroom horror story, but it had nothing to do with me other than the hilarity of it.
Other than James.
Crap.
Poor James.
You can chime in on the Carbless Talking text line 844-770-3776. Have you guys seen Just Go With It with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston?
No.
Come on.
No, but I've heard of it.
Get it together, guys. Well, they refer to crap as making a Devlin, because that's like her arch nemesis from high school. Her name was Devlin. Okay. Some of the kids always say Devlin. You got to see the movie, but that's what you're reminding me of right now.
Making a James?
Yes, exactly. Dropping a James. But it's funny because before we even asked the question about horrifying public bathroom stories, TJ from the road says, at work, the men's restroom is absolutely horrifying. Joe in the Boonies says, this reminds me of that episode of South Park. I'm sure there's multiple episodes of South Park that refer to this.
You're going to have to be more specific. I'm assuming it's the one with Bono.
I do not know. Chime back in, Joe in the Boonies, and let us know if Matt guessed right.
Is it the Bono episode?
Jeremiah in Madison said, we were hunting and my brother needed to stop to go number 2. He finds a branch about the right height, does his business, and then the branch breaks.
Crap.
He rode in the back of the truck after that.
No doubt.
844-770-3776. That is your way into the show. That is the Carbless Talking text line. You can stream us now on YouTube, on the ESPN Madison YouTube page, and on the all-new, all-free ESPN Wisconsin app. But, guys, that is a fun poll question. You guys can continue chiming in on that question. But I do want to get into some Packers talk. So Wayne Larrivee appeared earlier today on Wilde and Tausch. Jesse Nelson was subbing in for Jason Wilde today. And he said a couple interesting things about this roster.
Okay, The depth wasn't where it needed to be. And frankly, we need to get a little bigger and physical on this offensive line. And that's the transition you're seeing now. It's not just about Josh Jacobs. It's about the offensive line. It's about cornerbacks who may not be the greatest pure cover corners, but cornerbacks who are tough. And if there's a running back barreling downhill around the line, that cornerback's going to come up, and he's not going to find a place to hide. He's going to find a spot to hit that running back and take him down. So that's the kind of toughness you're seeing put into this Green Bay team. It's reminiscent of what Shanahan has been doing in San Francisco for the last 5 years.
The part about Shanahan in San Francisco is interesting to me. Does that make you feel good about this Packers roster now? I mean, it's interesting that he brought up the offensive line and the cornerbacks, right? Two of the positions that maybe people have the most concern about heading into this upcoming season. So I feel like when I think about those two teams, or when I think about the 49ers, it makes me feel better almost.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, LaFleur and Shanahan came from the same coaching tree, so like obviously very similar styles, but Shanahan's had so many like weapons, like multifunctional ones. Like he got CMC, who's an absolute freak of nature when he's on the field. Debo, who was a total gadget guy who was able to run routes like a wide receiver, but was built like a running back. So what's exciting about that is I feel like the Packers now have all those weapons. Savion Williams is like basically played a Debo role in college where he had a lot of like behind the line of scrimmage touches. We've got like the speedster in Jaden Reed and now maybe Matthew Golden. Like we've got a lot of the same pieces that Shanahan had like 2-3 years ago, that if Matt LaFleur is calling similar play styles, it gives me hope that this offense can really hum kind of the way the Niners did. And let's remember, the Niners made it to the I think a Super Bowl and a championship game, and they did it on the shoulders of Brock Purdy. And of course, Brock Purdy has played really good, but I think Jordan Love can do what Brock Purdy did with Shanahan and those weapons. So I like the way Larrabee broke that down, and it definitely gives me hope the same way it gives you hope that this Packers offense you could see like shades of 2022, 2023 San Francisco 49ers, and that's encouraging.
Yeah, we do got to get to Jason Wilde in just a little bit, but I do want to ask this question. Which position group are you most confident in? And I think your options, we can kind of brainstorm this together.
Yeah.
Offensive line, what Wayne Larrabee was just talking about.
Yep.
So O-line, wide receivers.
Yep, I think that's a fair one.
Do you think
you like tight end, or do you think that's a runaway?
I feel like
it's not tight. I'm not tight.
I feel like the hype around Tucker Kraft has been so massive this offseason. I mean, for good reason, right? Like Jim went into his numbers yesterday. He's doubled, nearly tripled what he did the year prior compared to last year.
Yeah.
So, because initially I'm like, do I want to put in the pass catchers? Or I feel like then it's going to run away with it because I think that Tucker Kraft is a big enough weapon that he can sway those numbers. You know what I mean? Do we put running back?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes hand with offensive line, but I think running back's a good one.
Running back? No, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that your running back and how successful they are
depends
on your offensive line,
yeah.
but they're two different positions.
Totally, because obviously pass protection as well, so there's more to it than just like run blocking for the offensive line. I think running back's a good one.
O-line, wide receiver, running back. Do we put corners? Ryan, I want your opinion.
Oh, corners are definitely not one you feel confident about. Safeties,
defensive backs. Do you just loop it all together?
I mean,
or do we just put other for people to fill in their own?
I would probably put other to fill in your own because at that point I can see arguments for any of the position groups outside of running back, wide receiver, offensive line. I really think that if you're looking at it, tight ends, if you're really just looking at Tucker Kraft, is a very good argument, but it's really you're just a lot of faith in Tucker Kraft. And honestly, I think it's similar for the running back too. Like that's just a lot of faith in Josh Jacobs because Emmanuel Wilson is a solid, backup, sort of change a pace back, but we don't know what Marshawn Lloyd is at this point.
For sure.
So it's really hard to say whether or not you should be confident in that group. Packers seem like they are. The front office does, because they didn't address it all in the draft or free agency. So, and they've been spamming draft picks and free agents on offensive line and wide receiver. So they've pretty much told you that. I don't know if they're confident in those ones.
Yeah, no, and like we said yesterday, we were, I think, me and Jim at least, were in agreement that Marshawn Lloyd could be the potential breakout star out of the younger players that haven't broken out so far on this roster this next year, right?
Yeah.
So 844-770-3776, that is your way into the show. We are asking you our Siding Unlimited poll question. Which position group are you most confident in? O-line, wide receiver, running back, or other? Fill in the blank. That is your way into the show. We've got more to get into, but first I want to tell you about our good friends at Carbon World Health. You guys have heard Jim Rutledge talk about them for many years now, and I'm so excited because they just opened their brand new location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. Amazing, right, guys? Like I've told you, I got my hydrofacial just last week. My skin is just feeling so good. It feels moisturized. I got a couple products, some anti-redness serum, some vitamin C and E oil to just brighten my face up. And it was just such a great experience. I loved being able to ask Ashley any questions that I had about whatever she was doing. She was literally walking me through step by step. Here's what we're doing now. Here's what we're taking out of your face. Here's what we're putting into your face. It was just awesome. So if you are looking to get started on your health and wellness journey, head over to Carbon World Health in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center. That is their brand new location. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
You love choices.
Like your choices with a Sweeto metal roof.
Choose standing seam or high-profile steel shingles that come in a variety of styles that last a lifetime.
Put a Sweeto metal roof on and take the worry off with choices.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweeto. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweeto metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
It's here. The You Pay When Employees Pay event at Metro Ford of Madison is on. For a limited time, enjoy employee pricing for all in-stock new Ford vehicles. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for 60 months, $17.92 cost per thousand financed. Plus, enjoy up to $2,000 of bonus cash. And yes, you can defer payments for 90 days with approved credit. Offer ends June 30th. Hurry to Metro Ford of Madison today and browse their inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Summer is here, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Door County Distillery. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. I've been telling you for years how great Door County Distillery is. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. The sun is shining, and so can the Rock Island Rum from Door County Distillery in your summertime cocktail. Otherwise, vodkas, gins, whiskeys, brandies, and more, it's all available from the award-winning Door County Distillery. Find a huge list of unique cocktail recipes and the retailer nearest you, DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our friends at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road circuit that has hosted some of the best races since 1955. Camp on site all weekend and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Their concession stand makes you feel like you're at the state fair with something for everyone. Spring Vintage Weekend with the SVRA is up next on May 16th through the 18th. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard, and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
After a storm, even seemingly small damage can lead to major problems. If your roof or siding took a hit with this recent storm, your insurance may cover the damage, but the process is still a nightmare. Badgerland Exteriors makes it seamless. They'll guide you through every step and get your family's home back in tip-top shape just as fast as that storm ripped through.
Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
She didn't beg, or not enough. She didn't stay when things got tough. I told a lie, she got mad. She wasn't there when things got bad. I never ever saw the northern lights. I never really heard.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on a Phish Friday.
How
You
did
just
we
read
do
my
that?
mind.
That was wild.
Oh my God, I don't want to call you my work husband. My God. We are presented by Coors Light. Guys, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
So
Ryan, we did it too.
Aww.
I want to call you my work husband. But
So cute.
You guys want me to call you my work wives? What do you want me to call you?
Well, not wives.
Ryan just feels like a boy.
Prefer not that.
Well, maybe it would make you feel better. I don't know. You know?
I'm good with coworker.
Okay. A teammate.
Teammate.
God, get it together.
Not even our
Sorry.
company is cool with coworker, bro.
No, we are teammates.
Ryan, you're going to get fired. My God. Before the break, we were asking the question, what position group are you most confident in? Your options are O-line, wide receiver, running back, or other. Matt, I want to know, where do you land on this? Like, what makes you feel the best heading into this next season?
Honestly, I'm pretty excited for the O-line.
You were you were full of phony baloney yesterday at
when
Village
I say
Green.
excited, I mean that's the one that I have. I'm not even going to think about them because I think they're good. Last year they were good. I think they can build on it. You've got another year experience. We signed Banks. I don't know his first name. Aaron Banks.
Again? Wow.
Okay.
We are just so in sync on this show. Like,
So I don't know. Like you said, Molly, it's not like the beautiful position, but if there's like humming and that offensive line is successful and cohesive, Josh Jacobs is going to cook. Jordan Love is going to cook. That means the wide receivers have a good chance to cook. Like everything kind of stems from a strong offensive line, and we had a solid one last year, and we addressed the issues we did have. So I know there's a little bit of like, where is so-and-so going to play? Where is this guy going to play? Like, I'm not super concerned because guys bounced around a lot last year, and we were still able to keep Jordan Love upright for the most part. That's where everything stems from.
Jordan Love was hurt multiple times last season, but you still feel
one was like
okay
a freak hit at the last play of the game against Philly. Like he was
Okay.
just holding the ball to try and get one, like air one out. Like
Yeah.
that one, I'm not super concerned with. That seemed more of a fluky injury to me.
Okay.
And then it seemed like that just kind of was like nagging for him.
I mean, yeah, it was
like, he'll still
aggravating him
take
throughout the
hits. Like,
season.
don't get me wrong, the guy's still going to get sacked, but I'd be willing to bet that the Packers' offensive line is in the top half of the league for least amount of sacks given up.
I believe Jordan Love only took 12 sacks all year, which was not the lowest, but it's one of the top three. And I think Bo Nix was the lowest, but it's up there.
There you go. So
That
like
is crazy.
There's something to build off of. You have had past success, and then again, everything goes through it. Jordan Love is better if he gets to stay upright. Josh Jacobs is better if they have good pass blocking or run blocking. And then if there's good pass blocking, the receivers have a chance to cook. So maybe that's the one that I hope is the best. But again, I couldn't tell you why they're the best other than Jordan Love don't fall down. It's not a good excuse. I don't know what they're doing and why they're doing it. But if they can keep Jordan Love upright, this team has a lot of the high potential. NFC Championship game, maybe.
I mean, I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope they get past the NFC Championship. I hope they go to the Super Bowl. Mark Murphy counted down at practice yesterday.
And I
1, 2, 3 Super
this,
Bowl.
Though, if that offensive line is not elite, there's no chance of making the Super Bowl.
If the offensive line isn't elite, there's no... Okay, yeah.
And last year, I thought they were borderline elite.
So they're arguably the most important position on the field.
And they addressed some issues in the offseason. They got more guys to help them out. They have some depth there, where I think last year one of the issues was depth. A lot of rookies had to come in and fill a role.
That was that Philadelphia game when it was just who's this guy? Who's coming in to protect Jordan Love? Who?
This
it was
guy's
just
allergic to water?
Yeah, no. I don't think Jacob Monk touched the field. Did he play in that game last year, Ryan?
They did not put him in that
I was going to say, I didn't think so.
They put in Travis Glover and the other guy.
Literally, the only thing that we know about Jacob Monk is that he is allergic to cold water, and that is it.
And I hate that.
And remember when that was a huge talking point following the draft last year, and then we've literally heard nothing about him? I actually, you know what? When we talk to Jason later in the show today, I actually want to ask him what he knows about Jacob Monk and if he's even going to be a factor on this team whatsoever.
Big needle-moving question.
I mean, it's an interesting question, right? Because you were saying, there's been so much discussion around this offensive line this year. There's they're going to be competing for starting positions, yada, 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 okay? Right? Mm-hmm. So I am curious about Jacob Monk, actually. So mark that, Ryan. Don't let me forget to ask about Jacob Monk.
Elton Jenkins is the center now, right? There's no questions there. That's
yes, but he just wants his money.
Yeah, until he comes back or he's at mandatory minicamp, but he's not participating until he gets his new contract. So
he's not touching a field.
He'll be the center once he gets paid.
Yeah.
Yes.
True. Exactly. Our Citing Unlimited poll question is, which Packers position group are you most confident about heading into next season, not including the quarterback position? Your options are running back, offensive line, wide receivers, or other. I'm actually very surprised just in the early results here. Running back is leading at 78%, offensive line at 17%, and wide receivers at 6%. See, I am actually voting opposite of this. And Ryan, I want to hear what your answer is too. But I'm voting wide receivers for this one. I feel most confident in wide receivers just because I think they do have a level of talent. I think they are honestly, if we're looking at it, the guys that have played together the most are the wide receivers, right? And we're not even talking tight ends. We're not talking about that. We're talking specifically wide receivers. I have confidence in Golden. I get it. He's only a rookie. I get it. We don't know what he's going to be. Who knows? He was great at Texas, but what could he be in the NFL? I'm excited for him. I'm a huge Jaden Reed supporter. Even though all the things that have happened with his agent, and is he going to be be the number one guy? All that, whatever. Okay, thinking about his actual play on the field, I think he is fantastic. Good job, Brian.
No, thank you, Schefter. I agree.
Yeah, but I think he's fantastic. I think this team is going to grow from all of the drops that they had last season because it can't be as bad as it was last year.
Right.
They have to go up. There's no way that they have as many or more drops than they did last year. I think that was a huge learning thing, and I think they're going to...
Would you place a bet on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I would.
I like
Take
that.
it to Pato. I will place a bet on that. But also, I really do believe in trying to get urgency out of those guys was done through the Packers drafting multiple wide receivers. Do I love that they picked Savion Williams in the 3rd round? Not really. Not particularly, especially seeing the holes that they have now still wide open.
Yeah.
Cornerback specifically.
Edge rusher.
Yeah. So I don't love that they did that, but I think that creates a certain level of, oh, crap, I got to get it in gear.
Competition.
Right? For sure.
I mean, there's 9 wide receivers, I think, in that
I couldn't even
wide receiver room.
Bo Melton. Let's count him down, right? Anthony Golden. Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden.
Jaden Reed.
Yep.
Savion Williams.
Romeo Doubs.
Forgot about him. Christian Watson.
Malik
Heath. Is this minute to win it?
Yeah, it's getting there.
It feels like it.
Ryan, who are we
What's
missing?
the over-under?
I will say just funny you guys bring it up. Jason Wilde was on the Homer Hour yesterday, and he was speaking about how deep the Packers wide receiver core is.
Fantastic. Let's hear it. Does he list all the names for us?
And if you think about what they have at wide receiver now, and if we think maybe Watson is going to be back, sooner rather than later, sooner than November like TJ Hawkinson was with the same
I'm short on
timeline.
TJ Hawkinson.
You're talking about Watson, Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, Melton, Heath, Golden, Savion Williams, and Mecole Hardman. That is 9 guys at the wide receiver position that you could argue all deserve a spot on a roster.
You guys agree with that? You think all 9 of those wide receivers could make it or deserve a spot on an NFL roster?
Not all. No, I don't.
Just practice squad
Which
count?
ones don't? Which ones do you think don't?
Well, I mean, I think there's the obvious ones that deserve a spot on this roster.
No, but I think he's asking the question of on an NFL roster, not specifically
And
the
it
Packers.
could make an NFL roster.
I think
around the league.
I think there's a couple. Like, obviously, they're not going to try Bo Melton at cornerback if he was lighting it up at wide receiver.
But do you think another team would try him at wide receiver?
Maybe. I don't think all of them. I don't think like every NFL team would take Bo Melton. That's kind of how I feel about the bottom half of our wide receiving group. I think the top 3 guys in my eyes.
And who are your top 3?
Golden, for sure, I think would make any roster in the NFL. I think Jaden Reed could make any roster. Maybe that's it. Maybe
I
it's
think
just
Christian
the 2.
Watson could if he could stay healthy, which I think has absolutely overshadowed his career. Obviously, I think he is a talented player. When he's playing,
I agree,
he's
but
playing.
I do think that might turn off a couple teams, and that's not every NFL roster anymore.
Wait, who am I missing? Because he rattled
Wicks.
those names off so fast. I got it. Watson, Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, Hardman, Heath, Melton, Golden. Who am I missing?
You're missing 2.
Nuh-uh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. I'm missing 1.
I started counting late.
Watson, Dobbs, Reed.
Savion Williams?
Yep.
Savion Williams.
Savion.
And I don't know what Savion is.
We don't even know what Matthew Golden is in the NFL.
Well, first round draft pick. I think every team in the NFL.
Yes, but I think Jim has pointed out enough times, and I think multiple people have, that if this was a normal draft, he probably would have been a second round pick. It's just the way that this draft shook out.
Well, I mean,
I want to think that he's a number 1 wide receiver and he was a first round draft pick, like 100%.
I just think he'd make any roster. I just think he'd make any roster in the NFL. Based on where he was drafted this year, regardless, he's a first or second round guy. Like that's a position that gets into every team.
So who are you saying? Who on this list?
There's only 2 that I think would make any roster out there.
Who on this list of 9 players are you thinking would be the least to make a roster then?
It's got to be Bo Melton. I mean, he is the one who's trying out at corner.
It's Bo Melton.
Or Malik Heath.
Well, you can make an argument for Hardman.
Yeah. It's not, you can make an argument against.
He's had success, and I think he's got a ring with the Chiefs.
He has a ring with the Chiefs. I think he caught the game-winning Super Bowl when they beat the Eagles, but, how much does that really mean?
I mean, he could be a good piece, and honestly, he's the one veteran in that room that I think could actually, the veteran that's been there and done that, gotten the T-shirt, that I think would be helpful in this locker room. So I don't think he's going to be gone, like some people think. They think Hardman's like on the edge. I think
most people feel like since Savion Williams was drafted, that Hardman's days in Green Bay are pretty numbered.
How much did he get paid? I know it's like not much.
Oh, he's nothing almost.
Mm-hmm.
He got cut by the Jets last year and then signed with the Chiefs late in the year. And he's probably making like veteran minimum level contracts.
Interesting.
Which is still a couple million.
Oh, it's not bad money. Don't get me wrong, especially by us normal people standards. But for NFL players, it's like you're just on the fringe.
Right.
844-770-3776. That is the Cardinals Talking text line. Which position group are you most confident in? We do got to get to Molly's game next. But first, Matt, tell us about Odyssey Brands.
Oh, I cannot say enough good things about Odyssey. I've been just thrilled with their Greek yogurt. I make these like cucumber Greek yogurt and chili crisp like snacks. I just put them all in a tub and shake it up with these sliced cucumbers, and it is a fantastic snack. And I'm trying to eat a little healthier. So aside from Ryan leaving that half bag of chips left in the cupboard, I'm trying to make healthier choices. Going with the Greek yogurt from Odyssey. But I'm not here to talk about the Greek yogurt. Their feta is outrageous. I'm a big fan of feta. I will put it on pizza. I put it on salads. I made that dish the other day with spaghetti squash. Like, you can't go wrong. And with all the different flavors that Odyssey has to provide, there is no wrong answer. Whether it's the sweet heat, the Mediterranean mix, the regular feta, you can't go wrong. And the best part about Odyssey is that stuff is made right here in Wisconsin, down in Monroe, not far from here at Klondike Cheese Factory. Guys, I'm telling you, go get this stuff. Try it out for yourself. It's not the best feta you ever had. You can text into the show and let me have it. But I guarantee you won't, because it's that good. Odyssey Brands Feta. Go check it out wherever you get feta. And remember, it's nationwide, so you'll find it anywhere, baby.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Come on, Matt. You're the fantasy football guy.
I know, but like, we're pretty far removed from fantasy last year.
And honestly, you're into tight ends. Like,
oh.
I knew how that was going to sound before I said it, but I didn't mean it like.
Okay.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Former Badger Nick Herbig now teammates with former Packer Aaron Rodgers. While on the other side of the ball, Herbig expressing his excitement to be in the same locker room as the 4-time MVP, audio courtesy DK Pittsburgh Sports.
You'd be lying if you said it don't feel a little different. You know, it's Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's 4-time MVP. He won a Super Bowl. He's done at the highest level. He's seen the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows. So just having a guy like that with his experience, even though, like, I'm not a quarterback, you know, like, just having a guy like that around the team is awesome.
What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Pella has a product line for every budget.
No interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Cheesy Bites Pizza is back at Pizza Hut. For only $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. Plus, it comes with Pizza Hut's very own Ranch Lovers Flight, featuring 3 bold dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Ready to dip into deliciousness? Well, hurry. It's only available for a limited time. Head to a Pizza Hut location or order online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Siding Unlimited recently installed 20 brand new amazing energy efficient windows. Our Siding Unlimited crew removed the old windows, inspected the wall for wood rot, installed the new beautiful windows, and cleaned up behind ourselves. It was easy to get started. The homeowner met us at our amazing showroom on 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. Trust me, our showroom is a must-see. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
You sports bettors, if you aren't making your wages at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. Honestly, it's a complete sports betting paradise. Their state-of-the-art venue has dozens of self-serving betting kiosks, seating for over 200 people, a first-class bar and restaurant, and a VIP deck. If that isn't enough for you, there's a giant wall that's over 2,000 square feet. Guys, it is beautiful. If you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserve structure parking, and in a major move for all the sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi Rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paysbig.com/sportsbook. We are asking you the question: which position group are you most confident in? Is it the O-line, running back, or wide receivers? We have a couple people chiming in here. Carter in the 608 says Heath is a threat in the red zone. We don't have many, so we need him.
That's true.
And Robin Madison is correcting Ryan over here on the talking text line, 844-770-3776. That is the Carpus talking text line, your way to get into the show. He says Mecole Hardman was traded from the Jets back to the Chiefs. He was not cut.
Cool.
Semantics. Who cares? He's Mecole Hardman.
Traded for a block of cheese, I'm sure.
Basically. Time now for Molly's game.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
All right, guys, so you guys are going to be kind of disappointed because I told you that I was going to catch up on our scores for the last couple weeks. Oh. Well, don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. Here's the thing, all right? My computer has been weird lately.
You have the worst computer ever.
No,
for like
I actually
2 weeks,
do.
It's been weird.
No, I actually do. It's 3 weeks actually. Like I am going to take all the heat for this, but I am going to blame it on my computer because my computer has glitched in Word document or something, and every time I go, the thing that I saved is not there anymore. Like I don't know what's happening. So I made a solution to this. The last 3 weeks aren't going to count. They were a practice run, baby.
I won one.
Did you?
I did last week.
Okay, fine. You can have that win. I don't know who won the other two. So the score is Jim 3, Matt 1, Ryan 0. So here's my solution to Molly's game not being on my computer anymore. All right?
You're going to write it down. Right.
We are going handwritten, baby.
We're going analog.
Now you gotta hope that I don't lose the notebook. So it'll stay on my desk at all times.
Perfect. So I can tweak the numbers a little bit in my
you can
favor.
change it a little bit. So I have Molly's game written down for June 13th, 2025. That is today. So first up, guys, game 3. Oh, actually, it's game 4. That's bad. Game 4 of the NBA Finals at Indy. Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you, Matt.
I forgot I had a button to turn my mic off.
Thank you. Game 4 at Indianapolis. I did ask Jim for his picks. I will give you guys his picks first because you guys can then, have the little bit of advantage for him not being on the show today. So I am asking you, the Thunder are favored by 6. I want you to tell me who wins this game and the margin that they win by. For example, do they win 1 to 5 points, 6 to 10, 11 to 15? What do you think? Jim says OKC wins by 6 to 10 points. Ryan, what say you?
I know Jim is not a believer in the Pacers whatsoever, and I agree in that I don't think there's any way the Pacers go up 3-1 on this Thunder team. So I agree with Jim. I think I will take the Thunder to win. And you know what? I'll see it similar to what happened in Game 2, when after the Thunder lost Game 1, they came out and they just blitzed the Pacers in Game 2. Let's say the Thunder win by 14 to 18 points.
Wow.
Big margin. Matt?
I like that. I have the same thought process. Thunder haven't lost 2 games in a row in the postseason this year.
Okay.
And coming off those losses, their margin of victory is like 13 or 14 points or more. They absolutely curb stomped the Log Dogs in Minnesota. And then they came back and, like Ryan said, just crushed the Pacers after their loss. So I'm going to go Thunder. I like the 10. I'll do 10 to 14 just to be in the middle.
You guys are a bunch of phonies. For what it's worth, I picked Pacers 6 to 10. Next one here, guys. Which team will have the highest 3-point percentage in this game? OKC or the Pacers? Jim says OKC. Matt, what do you think?
Well, the Pacers throw up more, I feel like.
And they make them right at the end of the game every single time.
I'll go Pacers. I'll just fade Jim. I'll go Pacers.
Ryan?
I think the Thunder are going to win by a wide margin, so I'll take the Thunder for that reason. If they're going to win by a lot, they got to hit a lot of their threes, and I'll take a higher percentage than Indiana.
Yeah, I'm kind of already regretting it.
Yeah,
but
you're contradicting
I'll just
yourself
stick with
a
it
little bit.
because I want to fade those guys.
All right.
Because if I win, I go one up on them.
You know what? OKC could score a lot of 2s, and Pacers could have a lot of 3s.
Shea could get to the line.
And actually, it's just percentage.
True.
It's percentage, too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're making more.
Yeah, I'll go Pacers. I just think out of necessity, they're going to have to take more, and I don't like their odds of keeping those numbers high.
Got it.
But I'm going to stick with it. Pacers.
All right, last one here, guys. Who will be the top scorer in the game? Jim says Shea. Ryan?
Ooh, top scorer. You know what? Well, so obviously I got to stick with a Thunder player because it's not going to make much sense to pick somebody from Indiana. I'll say Jalen Williams. He's probably their only other true scorer outside of Shea on that team, and I don't want to pick the same player as Shea or as Jim. So for that reason, yeah, I'll take Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren doesn't really. Honestly, this playoffs and this finals will show me that Chet, like,
he's just there.
He's not just there. He's really good defensively,
Yeah.
and he's very athletic for his size, but like, he's not the offensive weapon I thought he was, to be honest.
Matt, are you looking up the odds for this?
He definitely.
No.
Shea was leading it.
I was just curious. Oh, I know. I'm going with Jim.
He's
and
looking
Shea
up
too.
points.
I think Jalen Williams was second when I looked.
I was just curious
So.
about
Jalen Williams?
No, the big guy.
Chet
What?
Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
He was curious what his name was.
Yeah, really.
Curious what his name was. Chet Holmgren. Yeah, he's averaging 15 points this season. I don't think he's going to be the top dog on.
No.
I think it's going to be Shea.
All
Just
right.
because he's going to get to the line and take 35 free throws.
How good do you feel like the NBA Finals have been so far? Because Game 3 was awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the first two were... the first one, I guess, was pretty good. The second one was not great.
The first one really wasn't good until like the last 10, maybe 10 minutes, 7 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because it was like a double-digit
It's
margin
been
the whole time.
exciting, though. Like, a lot of comebacks, a lot of last-minute wins out of the Pacers, and Halliburton has just been a freak in the last 2 seconds of the game to score a point.
I do think it's fun to just watch these fan bases. I know I said it before that these are some of the best fan bases in the NBA, but like the Pacers fans are just on another level. They're awesome. Like it is so cool too to see Reggie Miller on the sidelines. I think I know so many people hate him.
It's a good thing he's not. It's a good thing he's not commentating on this series because
No, 100%.
I would be so mad as a Thunder fan if that was the case.
Yeah, for sure. You just feel like it's like rigged, but no. I just think it's so fun to see him on the sidelines and stuff. It's wild, but cool. Well, we'll see how you guys do. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Set sail this June for a boundless bounty at Potawatomi. Come aboard, and you might win a share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. Boundless bounty this June at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Well, the big Miz, Jake Misiorowski, made his debut for the Brewers last night. He threw 5 scoreless innings and reached a maximum velo of 102.8 with his fastball. It's actually the fastest fastball thrown by Brewers starters since pitch tracking began in 2008. In fact, he had 14 pitches of at least 100 miles per hour. Coming into the game, all Brewers starters had combined for 8 pitches of 100-plus miles per hour since pitch tracking began in 2008. It was a magnificent outing. He did have to leave the game early with some right calf cramps, but after the game they said some reporters saying that he was fine and that it was no issue moving forward. Brewers will be back at it against the Cardinals tonight as Freddie Peralta takes the bump. It's a 7:10 p.m. first pitch, so 6:34 pregame starts right here on 100.5 ESPN. Also, other than second hour, we'll have Gabe Neitzel coming on to address Matt Hamilton, our bunt specialist, who thinks he can make contact off the Big Miz. Stay right here.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Could you hit a ball off of the Miz?
2-2, swing and a miss, and Contreras goes down on strikes. First big league K for Jacob Misiorowski.
Can I bunt?
You wouldn't be able to land the bunt. Because he also throws a slider, a curveball, no.
0-2 pitch. Struck him out with a changeup. That was filthy.
You don't even have strong enough wrists, I don't think, for it.
You're limp-wristed.
Wow.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is hour 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton hanging out with you today. Ryan Wollersheim behind the glass and Chrissy Birdsall, our special guest here in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Matt, you loved that one when I did that again. It is Jim,
I don't think
Matt,
that's going to get old with you doing your Jim Rutledge impression.
I'm just going to keep doing it then.
I love it.
I'm just going to keep doing it again. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, and we are presented by Coors Light. Guys, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I do have the power, and you know who had the power last night? The Big Miz, according to Ryan Wollersheim.
No, according to Ryan Wollersheim, it's the Big Miz.
No. It was the Big Biz, actually. Weren't you listening, Matt?
No,
Big
not
Biz?
really.
Wait,
I don't want to get in your head.
The Big Biz. No, the Big Miz was out there setting records
did you want
for
to
the
call
Brewers
him
last night.
the Big Biz or the Big Miz? Did
I
you
meant to
mess
call
up?
him the Big Miz.
Okay.
I messed up, yeah.
Okay.
The big,
we all mess up. It's okay.
It's
He didn't even
because-
know Chet Holmgren's name in the
I
last
was blanking
segment.
on it. It's called a brain fart, Molly.
Yeah. Mine was just stumbling over my own words. They're peas in a pod, me and Matt Hamilton.
Importantness.
But no,
Hey,
yeah.
let's just go easy on the peas when our conversation to
And
start
the
the show was a little unsavory.
If you missed any of that conversation, you can listen back on the all
Mr.
new.
Peas Pants.
Wow. Matt coming with the puns today.
Yeah, it's called bringing it back around full circle, Ryan. That's a radio
There you go.
trick. I'll teach you.
I believe that is called a callback in the radio business. I am not sure, but I believe that is what it's called. If you missed any,
I can imagine.
if you missed any of that conversation, you can listen back on the brand new, all free, all redesigned, all new ESPN Wisconsin app. And remember, you can check us out on the YouTube stream, ESPN Madison YouTube stream. But we did just get into a little bit of the Miz. Still unsure about that nickname. I'm going to have to ask Gabe Neitzel about that one. But were you guys impressed with what you saw last night? Matt, I don't know if you watched, but did you listen last
Listen
night?
to a little bit. I did see a lot of it on Twitter.
Okay.
And like highlights and stuff. And obviously, Scoreboard Hero went back through and looked at his numbers, and it was insane. 0 hits, 5 innings pitched, 5 Ks.
He had 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts too. Like what a start. Like,
And there was only a slight scare when he fell off the mound and he rolled his ankle at first, but it turned out it was just a calf cramp. He said he was totally fine afterwards.
And I believe that he said he was embarrassed because he rolled his ankle too,
yeah,
right?
I think because he just looks like the clumsiest, like most lanky, awkward
He's
human
so
being.
gangly.
He's 6'7".
Yes, and not even 200 pounds.
No, and he's 23. I mean,
wow.
That's the crazy thing. He's out there throwing 102.8, and he's only 23. He's got to fill out his body. I mean,
I think
God
he had
knows
the
how much.
top 4 speeds recorded for pitches yesterday.
Yes. On the day, yes, he had the
Like
highest.
in of the season, or what do you mean?
No, of everybody that played baseball yesterday, every team, every pitcher that went out there, he had the 4 fastest fastballs.
His first 3 pitches all reached at least 100 miles per hour. He's a flamethrower.
Yeah, that's really quick. I've never even seen, like, I would love to see it from a batter's box. Because yesterday I was talking a big game, how, like, I could make contact with a bunt. I think it would freak me out. I think he would rip one of those 100-mile-an-hour plus fastballs right down the plate, probably right down Broadway, and it would scare me. If I didn't make contact on the first, I don't think I would. I think it would freak me out.
Yeah, no, a ball coming at you that
Because,
fast.
like, I've done the batting cages and stuff, and those go up to, like, 75, at least the one that I have been to here in Madison, and that kind of freaks me out.
Mhm.
The first pitch there, I might think, I take that one because it wasn't a strike. But, I'm kind of second-guessing that I would get contact.
You think? Thank you. I'm glad.
After watching it, especially when he starts throwing it off speeds, because his off speeds were high 70s, so that's a 20-plus mile an hour
High
difference.
70s. Matt, his changeup is 92 miles per hour.
What is a normal changeup? Can you just tell me?
A normal changeup would be like high 70s, mid 80s. But that's the difference is that when he throws 102, there's a 10 mile per hour difference between his fastball and his changeup.
Yeah.
So it does look like that big of a difference still, but now it's just coming in 7 miles per hour faster than most pitchers.
And I want to remind everybody, I'm not even going to attempt, if I had this opportunity, to take a swing. It is all bunts, and the only part of our bet was that I couldn't make contact. Like, I couldn't even get the bat on the right plane, which still I think might be right. But it's easier than swinging. Like, I'm definitely not going to get a hit if I try, or even contact if I try and swing the bat, because I will have zero timing on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Guys, I am watching his highlights right now, if I'm being honest. It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just watching these dudes, and like they show the MLB players from the Cardinals that have got struck out by him, and just their faces are like,
Yeah, dumbfounded.
it's insane. You know what? We have Brewers connections. We have ways of getting in contact with the Brewers. Do you think there's a chance that we could get the Miz to throw a ball on Matt Hamilton? Not a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but even, let's say...
What's the point? If we're going to get him out here to throw a ball, throw 100.
No! Matt, do you want to die? I mean, I'm sure he can control it.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, obviously I'll put a helmet on and maybe one of those cool, like, elbow pads that, like, Barry Bonds used to wear and stuff.
I think we would literally have to put you out there in, like, a full bubble suit.
Maybe do the after curling season so it can't, like, break anything on me.
After the Olympics, okay.
Yeah, after the Olympics roll around, then I think I'm fair game to take a hit from the Miz.
We'll see. We're going to check in with Gabe Neitzel and see what he thinks Matt Hamilton can handle from The Miz. But first, we got to hear from Jim as he tells us about Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton is Madison's custom jeweler. They are Madison's family-owned jeweler. Whether you go to the Madison or Middleton location, you're going to run into either Garrett, Devin, Ruth, or Scott Chalmers, and you're going to have an opportunity to work with one of their great custom jewelers. So if you're looking for a custom piece of jewelry and you want to make sure it's the best in the area, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We don't speak about
Speak
her.
about rivals.
We are not rivals. Yeah, me and Kay are not on the same level in the same sense that Matt thinks that the Bears and the Packers aren't on the same level.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Morgan Wallen Live. I'm the Problem Tour 2025. Historic 2 consecutive shows at Camp Randall Stadium, Saturday, June 28th, and second show added June 29th with Miranda Lambert and Ella Langley. On sale now at uwbadgers.com.
I'ma need some whiskey glasses.
Morgan Morgan Wallen, Live 2025.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Summer is here, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Door County Distillery. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. I've been telling you for years how great Door County Distillery is. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. The sun is shining, and so can the Rock Island rum from Door County Distillery in your summertime cocktail. Otherwise, vodkas, gins, whiskeys, brandies, and more. It's all available from the award-winning Door County Distillery. Find a huge list of unique cocktail recipes and the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
The Home Depot has fast, free delivery on the perfect gift to help Dad do more this Father's Day. Because Dad is more than just a dad. He's groundskeeper of the yard, the perfecter of the patio, and the cleaner of the clippings. Power Dad's doing with Ryobi cordless outdoor power tools from the Home Depot. Like the Ryobi 40-volt string trimmer kit for $159. For everything Dad is, find the perfect gift at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ, that's JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at madisonmagazine.com.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Could you hit a ball off of the miss?
2-2, swing and a miss, and Contreras goes down on strikes. First big league K for Jacob Misiorowski.
Can I bunt?
You wouldn't be able to land the bunt. Because he also throws a slider, a curveball. No.
0-2 pitch. Struck him out with a changeup. That was filthy.
You don't even have strong enough wrists, I don't think, for it.
You're limp-wristed.
Wow.
Break.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. What?
I forgot how rude you guys were to me yesterday.
You were the one that says that you could hit a bunt off of a guy that is throwing over 100 miles an hour.
I said make contact. Like foul one off.
He said he could hit a bunt. Did he not?
No, I asked if I could bunt, and then I was just like, contact. That's
He said make contact in 10 pitches. That was what Matt Hamilton said he could
because
do.
he backed down for being able to do that.
Well, I totally agree. I couldn't put one in play. I'm 100% with you.
Well, this is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton hanging out with you today as Jim Rutledge is off. And we are delighted to be joined by Gabe Neitzel. You can hear him weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. across ESPN Milwaukee. Gabe, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you guys?
Doing good. So you obviously just heard that open. What are your thoughts on Matt Hamilton, professional athlete, curler, Olympic gold medalist?
Don't put a caveat on it like that.
You're a professional athlete. What are your thoughts on him being able to make contact with a ball that the Miz throws?
So, again, with all due respect, because Matt has something we all don't. None of us have a gold medal, right? Never going to have a gold medal. With all due respect, he's got no chance. Like,
even with a bunt. I'm saying I'm exclusively bunting, and I'm just trying to foul one off.
Miz threw a 92-mile-an-hour changeup. A 92-mile-an-hour changeup that had 17 inches of run yesterday. 17 inches is the width of home plate. Like, you've got no chance, even if you're standing there squaring up, to make contact on that thing when it's moving like that. And, oh, by the way, then he's going to follow it up with 102. Best of luck to you. You have 0% chance of even making contact if you are trying to bunt.
I think just the confidence of being in the studio or out yesterday at the bar, like everybody else who just hangs out at the bar and watches sports are like, oh, I could do that. I think I had a little bit of hubris knowing that I'll never have the opportunity to try and do this, that I was like, since they can't prove it, I'm going to lean in and say, oh, yeah, I can do it.
When's the last time you stood in a batter's box versus like anything, a pitching machine, somebody else throwing? Like, when's the last time you even stood in a batter's box?
Like 3 years ago, I went to a bachelor party, and one of the joke bits was we took the bachelor to like a batting cage and a mini golf course and did like a child's birthday party for like a part of it. We got him like the pizza and the cake from the so it was like gross cardboard pizza. But it was
how did you do that? How did you do in a batting cage that was probably what, humming at 70?
75, I think, is what it was listed at. Who knows what was actually coming.
And you just said last segment that you got scared the last time you were in a batting
that's what I was saying.
cage.
We talked, and I was like, if I saw 100 miles an hour on the first pitch, like that would be my only chance to make contact, because after that I would be freaked out.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It also has run. It's not like it's 102 and straight. It's got a little bit of movement to it. Now, not the 17 inches that the changeup does, but it's got a little movement to it. It's not just, on a string coming in. It's going to have a little bit, and it is going to freak you out.
Fair enough. I mean, I was a pretty good bunter in 8th grade, but I imagine I might have lost it.
My goodness. Gabe, I do have to ask, because I know that you're into wrestling. You host Good Karma Wrestling. And I am recently getting into the WWE because my 2-year-old is obsessed with like jumping off the ropes and all that good stuff.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on the nickname The Miz? Because I just feel like it feels wrong.
There's a wrestler called The Miz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
It does feel a little weird being, because The Miz isn't like, for those who don't know, like professional wrestling, The Miz has been in WWE for like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was first on, and he was on
The
Real World. I can't remember.
No.
Yeah, he was on Real World.
Yeah.
That's what he was. He was
then
on
he did
the
like
Real
those
World
challenges and stuff.
Yeah.
As Mike Mizanin, and like he just started cutting promos as Miz and ended up in WWE. And that's like, I was talking about this with Eric Name, who I went to the game with yesterday. Of the Athletic, covers the Bucks, does a tremendous job. And like it's weird, and I feel like he needs to lean all the way in and have his entrance music when he's coming out to the mound be the Miz's entrance music. So just lean all the way into it, because at this point, like his parents were wearing shirts that said Miz on them, and I mean he's got the nickname, but I think he just needs to lean all the way in and use the Miz's theme music when he's warming up to start the game.
I mean, the Miz sounds a lot better than like Jakey.
Well, okay, his name would not be Jakey. He's not like a child.
Okay, but like, come up with another one.
I don't have
Misiorowski.
another one. It's just every time that like everybody's doing. Yeah, there you go. See, okay, this is also the thing, right? We have teenagers at my house too, and they are always playing like the 2K24 of the WWE, which is actually a great game, Gabe. Have you played this game?
I have not. But again, I see the advertisement for it all the time when I'm watching Monday Night Raw.
It's pretty good. Actually, I believe that Tyrese Halliburton is going to be in the 2025 one or 2026, whatever one they're on.
Secret move, choking out the other
Oh,
opponent.
Jalen Brunson, too. I didn't hear about that one. That's interesting. But no, it just feels wrong.
They both showed up at Raw. Yeah, it feels a little weird, but I mean, I think we're too late to turn back. Obviously, not everybody's into it. Even though professional wrestling's starting to heat back up, not everybody's into it enough, and we're too far in. Like and I even thought like, oh, maybe we'll just spell it MIS because that's how we spell no. But everybody was using the Z, and it's like, all right, well, we're too late. We've got the merch printed. Everybody's wearing it. I'm sure the Brewers are going to have shirts in the team stores soon. And maybe Mike Mizanin, the real Miz, will come out and, align himself with Milwaukee Brewers, because former WWE guy Braun Strowman is a big Brewers fan, and his name is Braun, which is it's not his real name. His real name's Adam Scherr, but he went with Braun Strowman as an homage and a tip to the cap to Ryan Braun.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Maybe the Miz will throw out maybe the real Miz, the OG Miz, will throw out a first pitch or something at a Brewers game. Who knows? But you said that you were at the game last night with Eric Name. What was it like seeing him in person?
Well, so I knew he was like not very big. I mean, he's 6'7", but he's under 200 pounds. And then you see him out on the mound, and you're like, oh, there's just absolutely nothing to this guy. But we were in just perfect seats to watch every movement that his pitches had. Eric's buddy couldn't use his tickets, unfortunate to him, very fortunate for us, last night. So we were 14 rows up behind home plate, like right behind home plate, and we could just the number of times that Eric just like bumped my shoulder cackling because of the amount of movement that were coming in on these pitches. Like I was disappointed with the number of people in the ballpark. There were only 27,000. There were 30,000 for comparison the day before for the day game, the series finale against the Braves. But the people that were there were so into the game, and those first 5 innings were electric. I think it's the most fun I have had at a regular season Brewers game probably ever, because of the anticipation of this guy coming up and then delivering with the first pitches being 100, 101, 101, hitting 102 with his fifth pitch. Like, he just delivered in every way. Now, we all collectively held our breaths when he left the ball game and had no idea what was going on, because, we don't have the TV broadcast. We don't have BA or Levering or anything like that telling us what's going on. And we were very, when we even thought it was the ankle, we just thought, oh, okay, all right, nothing serious. Don't have to worry about it. And then when it was just the cramping, big time sigh of relief, because he's going to be ready to go in 5 days.
So how would you rank The Miz and Freddie now? Like, Freddie is our ace. The Miz, with that kind of heat, do the Brewers have 2 aces, or is he just raw talent that could be an ace someday?
I think there is still, as exciting as yesterday was, and as exciting as it is to see somebody rear back and just go, oh yeah, here's 101 miles an hour, no big deal. It's a lot of raw talent still with Misiorowski, and he needs to refine that. And look, I mean, Chris Hook, who's the Brewers pitching coach, has done a great job with that. Whether it's been young pitchers, whether it's been, guys that they've brought in through trades on the outside of the organization, they've been able to get the best out of guys. Think of somebody just like Quinn Priester, who's been fantastic for the Brewers this year, who the Red Sox basically gave up on, and he's been such a key part of that rotation. So he still had 4 walks. There was still some wildness in there. They just need to tighten everything up, which I think they will, and that's when things are going to be really electric. I think best case scenario for him this year, he kind of slots in to be that number 2 behind Freddie, and you just ride that top part of the rotation. And when Nestor Cortez gets healthy, when Woodruff gets healthy, this is going to be the best rotation in the National League Central.
So, Gabe, obviously you're a big golf fan. I'm a big golf fan. What do you think of the U.S. Open going on right now?
Today has been brutal. What are we at? 5 guys who are under par, 6 guys who are at level par or better. Like, it has just been a bloodbath, which is, I don't know, it's kind of nice to see. Old school U.S. Open where everybody's struggling. Best players in the world. Scottie Scheffler over par back-to-back days. Jon Rahm 5 over par today after looking so good yesterday. And I seriously have no idea who's going to step up and grab this thing going into the weekend. And I think it's only going to get tougher, because typically, like for the U.S. Women's Open a couple of weeks at Erin Hills, the course was set up a little bit easier on Thursday, Friday, just so they could get the 156 players through the course. But now after they make the cut and go to the weekend, you don't have to worry about going off both tees and having morning waves and afternoon waves. They're going to make that course even harder. And it is, if you are somebody who likes to watch the best golfers in the world struggle a little bit because you can relate to that, because everybody else in the world who plays golf struggles, you're going to want to get to your television on Saturday and Sunday, because I think we're going to be seeing some wonky shots from the best players in the world at Oakmont.
Gabe, thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for trying to knock some sense into Matt Hamilton over here, who thinks he can get a hit off the Miz.
Contact, Molly.
I don't think I helped, but, Molly, keep fighting the good fight.
I will. I'll try to keep him reminded why baseball is hard.
Good luck.
Thanks, Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
Have a good weekend.
That was Gabe Neitzel. You can hear him weekdays from 7 to 9 in the morning on ESPN Milwaukee. We still have lots to come in the show. The show's almost done, which is crazy, you guys. It's already 5:33. My goodness. We have Jason Wilde coming up next. Then we've got pole dancing. Moorhead. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. But first, Matt, you got to tell us about Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
Oh, the sizzle, swizzle, and swirl happy hour. Can't go wrong. Go out there, talk to Kevin, get some of the great deals. We had a steak sandwich the other day. Someone got a burger. The calamari is to die for. I know Molly hasn't had it yet, but she is going to try it the next time we go. And you can't go wrong. Talk to Lee. Talk about his awesome wine list. Tell him you're a don't tell him you're a wino. Tell him you're a cork dork, because I made that mistake. But honestly, they've got fantastic steaks. Every steak is prime grade, so you're not going to get a bad cut. Go with the ribeye. That's the answer. But go enjoy the sizzle, swizzle, and swirl happy hour out at Ruth Chris.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team for the third year in a row. Vote every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we create strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. We've invested heavily in client-friendly software so your assets and plan progress are available to view in one place at any time. Whether you prefer only the high-level information or enjoy the intricate details of the planning process, we've got you covered. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda Accord LX for as low as $295 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Celebrate the red, white, and blue at the Bridges. On Sunday, June 29th, play a two-person scramble for just $120 per person, including 18 holes with a cart, prizes, and dinner. Find more details at golfthebridges.com today.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Every kid deserves a strong start, and that's the belief driving the Ingold Family Foundation. Founded by NFL fullback and Wisconsin native Alec Ingold, the foundation seeks to bring attention and financial support to the children within our nation's child welfare system. Inspired by the lessons learned in sports, their mission is to empower underserved youth through accessible and impactful learning experiences. They focus on financial, mental, and physical health to provide education, inspiration, and access to opportunity, helping young people achieve their dreams. Learn more and donate today at alecingold.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
This update's sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Fans, here's the Quick Trip to the Ballpark ticket offer. Spend $200 at participating Quick Trip locations and get a free Terrace Reserve ticket to a 2025 Milwaukee Brewers home game. Check brewers.com/quicktrip for more details. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Thank you for helping me prove my point, Molly. Because
welcome.
my point. Well, is this Matt Hamilton?
Am I not allowed to know the word filibustering?
I just didn't see that coming. That's all.
Well, good. I want to keep you on your toes.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Matt is singing the song. What's up with that? We are delighted to be joined by Jason Wilde. Jason, how's it going?
Delighted. I think I like that better than thrilled. It sounds more authentic.
I know. It is more authentic because it's me.
But you're more authentic. Exactly. You beat me to the punch.
There you go. Bam, bam. Jason, I want to talk about somebody that I guarantee you have not talked about recently. At least I hope not, because I hope I'm being creative enough. Jacob Monk. What's up with him?
I just asked Matt LaFleur about him yesterday. So
okay. How
creative are you really?
Well, I guess if you asked about him, then I am creative because you are creative.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So, because it's a really good question, actually, and not just because I asked it. You know what? I'm going to go back into Lambeau Field because it's windy out here, and you're not going to be able to hear me as I walk to my car. So here's what's interesting. He's active for the playoff game in Philadelphia, right? They have Elton Jenkins get hurt. Then Travis Glover goes in at left guard, even though he's a tackle, plays poorly. So then they take him out. They put in Kadeem Telfers, who's also a tackle, who also plays poorly. Jacob Monk was active for that game. They never actually put him in.
Yep.
And on top of that, then when Josh Myers suffers an injury, the starting center, they don't put him in either. They move Sean Ryan to center, and they put Travis Glover, who already played poorly once, back into the game at a different guard spot. And so here's Jacob Monk, a fifth-round pick, never played a single snap all season. And now, I understand, and Matt LaFleur has certainly been adamant about this. It's clear that it frustrates him. That we've gone through the entire offseason program. He keeps, complaining about the restrictions that there are on what they're able to do. But even with those restrictions, the fact that this kid has gotten a ton of work that he wouldn't have gotten had Elton Jenkins not been sitting out, skipping it because of his contract situation, that's got to help, right? And that was why I asked about him. And I didn't think LaFleur delivered like a particularly enthusiastic review. Like, yeah, he works really hard and he does the right things, and then he went back into his complaining about the way the off-season program is structured and what they're allowed to do in practice, and there's no contact. And he finished up by basically saying, yeah, well, we'll see what he does in training camp. So, I would argue that no matter what you are doing, if you don't have a lot of experience, any experience you get has value. And so Jacob Monk has to be one of the people that got the most out of the off-season program of any of the 90 players on the team. Now, whether that translates into him being, active on game day and being a versatile enough backup piece that he could play either guard spot or center, we'll have to wait and see. But, this is a team that obviously is looking for something different from their offensive line, right? That's why they signed Aaron Banks. That's why they didn't bring back Josh Myers. It's why they haven't extended to this point any of the three guys that are going into the final years of their deals. So there's a lot to prove in that group, and there is opportunity in that group. And Jacob Monk's going to have one, and we'll see what he does with it.
Jason, so our poll question is asking what position group are you most confident in the Packers? And we gave three options and then other write-in. The options we gave were wide receiver, offensive line, and running back. Or other if you've got a different one.
It has to be offense?
Nope.
Like, I would say my first answer would be safety. Like, Xavier McKinney is one of the best two safeties in the league, right? He's a first-team All-Pro. And not only do they have Evan Williams, who, as I've said many times, reminds me of Micah Hyde, who went on to Buffalo because this team was too stupid to re-sign him, and had a great career there. He's got a lot of Micah's qualities, and one of my favorite things was bringing that up, and of course Tausch got after me for the comparison. And then I talked to Evan Williams about it, and he's like, yeah, I watch Micah Hyde film all the time. I pattern my game after him. And then I texted Micah, and Micah said, oh, yeah, I've been watching him. He's wearing my number. He's an impressive kid. Like, he's got something. There's something special about Evan Williams. And so you've got two starters that are, really good football players. But then you've got Javon Bullard. You've got Katan Oladapo. Heck, even Zane Anderson started a game and played well for them last year. So I would say that is by far their deepest position. After that, I look at wide receiver, and I think it's really interesting because if you count up all the guys that I would argue, and I'm not saying any of them is an elite player at this point or is even a true number one wide receiver, but think about who they have, and let's include Watson in this list, even though I don't believe he's going to be ready for the opener, but he sure looks damn good when he's running around right now. He's not cutting, which obviously is a pretty big piece of coming back from an ACL. But let's just put him on the list just because he's here. So it's Watson, it's Dobbs, it's Reed, it's Wicks, it's Bo Melton, it's Malik Heath. You drafted Matthew Golden. You drafted Savion Williams, and McCole Hardman made two enormous plays the first 2 days of the minicamp, walk-off touchdowns. That's 9 guys that are NFL roster caliber wide receivers. They're not going to keep all 9. Now, we can certainly have a spirited debate about how many of them are good enough to be a 1 and a 2 or a 2 and a 3 or whatever else. All those guys have something to prove.
Do all of them make a roster?
Got 9 guys.
Like, if they're anywhere else in the league?
Not this one.
No, not this one. But, we had this debate earlier, like, which ones wouldn't make every NFL team? And I was like, I think there's only, 2 or 3 that would definitely make the team like a starting spot in 31 other teams in this league.
Yeah, and I look at it a little differently, Matt. I would say, because I don't know. First of all, I don't know the depth charts of the other 31 teams in terms of wide receivers. I know most of the number 1 and number 2s, but beyond that, I cover the Packers. I'd like to be more well versed, but I have a life. So I would say that I don't know if all of those guys could play on all 31 teams, but whoever of those 9 don't make the team, I think they'll find a spot on someone else's roster somewhere. And even McCole Hardman, who obviously has not been super productive and has had some injury issues the last couple of years. I mean, 2 years ago, the dude freaking caught the game-winning overtime touchdown pass in the Super Bowl from Patrick Mahomes to win the Super Bowl for the Chiefs. Like, that's a pretty big thing on your resume. So my point is that, we talked a lot about Bo Melton this week and him working at corner, and is that, kind of the beginning of the end for him? I personally don't think so. Now, I am biased because I really, really like Bo. Like, he's, there's a lot of good football players. There are not as many guys that are truly good humans, and he's one of them. And I think with his special teams acumen, with the fact that he's the type of player who willingly takes on an extra job in corner, and the fact that he's got something you can't teach, which is speed, and he's had production as a wide receiver. We all remember the Minnesota game on New Year's Eve 2023, where he was the first one on the roster that year, and he wasn't even on the roster. He was a game day call-up from the practice squad to have a 100-yard game. He was the first one of all those guys that they have a wide receiver. So I think he's a guy that has value, and I think will be here. But again, there's only so many spots, and Matthew Golden's going to be here. Savion Williams is going to be here. You don't pick guys in the first and third round and then not have them make your team. What I would argue is, unfortunately, having done this a long time, a lot of times decisions get made for you, right? Like a guy, ruptures his Achilles or whatever terrible injury has been known to happen to guys. Suddenly now, or even if it's not a major injury, maybe it's just a torn MCL that's going to put him out 4 to 6 weeks. Suddenly now you're not as deep as you thought you were at that position. So I would say those two are the ones that kind of jump out at me. The offensive line has some unproven depth, so I don't like that one. And running back, look, Emmanuel Wilson is a better player than he gets credit for. And certainly they like Chris Brooks, who's kind of just a workman-like, cool veteran who is cool under pressure. But, for everyone who's excited about, Marshawn Lloyd is going to be the top backup behind Josh Jacobs, he very well could be. They really like a lot about him, but unfortunately, after the season he had last year as a rookie, I'll believe it when I see it, because he's got to find a way to stay 100% healthy so he can be that guy that they can rely on for 10, 12 carries a game if they want to run the ball 30 times, so it's not Josh Jacobs all day long.
Jason, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we hope you have a great Father's Day weekend.
It was delightful.
It was, and thrilling. Thanks for accommodating me. I had a top secret high-level meeting at Lambeau Field that I can't tell you about. And don't ask Wooly, because I told him what it was so he wouldn't tell anyone. And I don't know what his track record is of keeping secrets, so don't even ask him, which, of course, I'm going to hang up and you're immediately going to ask him.
Yeah.
So,
that secret's not going to last long.
Thanks for adjusting, because I know it threw off your schedule. So I appreciate it, guys. Take care. Be
Jason.
good.
That was Jason Wilde. You can hear him weekdays from 9 to noon across ESPN Wisconsin on Wilde and Tausch. We got to get to pole dancing, but first, let's hear from Jim.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Every weekend, they have hundreds of winners and millions of dollars won at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. What are you waiting for? Head there this weekend. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison is for winners.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Come on, Matt. You're the fantasy football guy.
Yeah. I know, but we're pretty far removed from fantasy last year.
And honestly, you're into tight ends.
Oh.
I knew how that was going to sound before I said it, but I didn't mean it like.
Okay.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty here. Light up the night with Glow Motion, the all-new flavor from 5 Hour Energy. It's a fruity burst in a bottle that glows under UV light. Glow Motion has as much caffeine as a premium cup of coffee and 0 sugar, just what you need to stay up celebrating your team winning a championship. And at only 2 ounces, it's perfect for runners, ravers, and anyone who refuses to stop. So whether you're dancing, gaming, or just flexing your vibe, Glow Motion shines. Literally, 5 Hour Energy Glow Motion is available online. Head to 5hourenergy.com and order yours today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities. Plus, membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Summer is here, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Door County Distillery. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. I've been telling you for years how great Door County Distillery is. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. The sun is shining, and so can the Rock Island rum from Door County Distillery in your summertime cocktail. Otherwise, vodkas, gins, whiskeys, brandies, and more, it's all available from the award-winning Door County Distillery. Find a huge list of unique cocktail recipes and the retailer nearest you, DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard, and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team in 2025. Vote for us every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I held that bucket in my hand.
I thought I was good at clock management, but apparently I'm not. I thought I was going to be better than Jim Rutledge, but you know, there's a reason he's the lead host sometimes.
Well, I
you know?
just think you followed his lead.
I did. I followed his lead.
You have been doing Jim Rutledge impressions all day.
Oh, yeah, it's hard being Jim Rutledge and having all the power.
Tell Rutledge
I gotta go hop in my big blue truck and pull my camper. I am dressed to go camping, though, in my camouflage ESPN Madison ESPN hoodie. We did have a text actually that I thought was funny from Dan in Stoughton. He said, I played first base on a rec softball league once, and the first baseman had been a high school baseball pitcher who threw in the high 80s. His throws were from third to first with a softball were intimidating to catch at first base. I don't think an average baseball fan can even imagine what a 100-mile-an-hour pitch looks like, much less have the instinct necessary to make a decision whether to even swing or not. So, Matt Hamilton, you may be a professional athlete, but I don't, in parentheses, but I don't think you have the instinct to hit a baseball that fast.
You're probably right.
This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. Have a great weekend.
See ya. I'm a nut.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions.